always gives birth only to a. Have you ever wondered why an elephant have you wondered why an elephant always gives birth only to a baby elephant and not some other animal, or why a mango seed forms only a mango plant and not only any other plant? Given that the two are the offspring identical to their parents, or do they show differences in some of their characteristics? Have you ever wondered why siblings sometimes look so similar to each other, or sometimes even so different? These 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 and several related questions are dealt with scientifically in a branch of biology known as genetics. This subject deals with the inheritance as well as the variation of characters. These subject deals with the inheritance as well as the variation of characters from parents to offspring. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed on from parents to progeny, on from parents to offspring, parents on from parents to progeny. It is the basis of heredity. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed on from parents to progeny. Basis Genotype small t as a result of random fertilization. The result zygote can be of the genotype capital T small t or small t small t. From the Punnett square, it is easily seen that 1/4 of the random fertilization lead to capital T. 1/2 lead to the small t. 1/4 पहले टॉल लिया स्मॉल लिया, इसको इसका सी निकाले, इसके कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, इसको क्रॉस F1 जनरेशन नेट स्क्वायर में करेंगे इसको कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी स्मॉल टी कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी स्मॉल टी F2 जनरेशन बन गया। इसमें क्या होना है 3:1 टॉल Mendel crossed the tall plant. Mendel crossed the tall plant from F2 with the dwarf plant. Tall dwarf को test cross. Tall को dwarf plant से this is called test cross. In a typical test cross in a dominant phenotype Based on his observations on monohybrid cross, Mendel proposed two general rules of constitute the understanding of inheritance in monohybrid cross. Today, these rules are called the principle or law of inheritance. The first law of dominance and second law of segregation. Law of dominance and law of segregation. Law of dominance and law of segregation. Law of dominance: characters are controlled by discrete unit called factors. Factors occur in pair. In a dissimilar pair of factor. 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 In a dissimilar pair of factor, one member of the pair dominates, the other one recessive. The law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one of the parental character in a monohybrid cross in a F1 and the expression of the both in the F2. It also explains the proportion of 3:1 obtained at the F2 generation. Law of dominance, law of segregation. This law is based on the fact that the alleles do not show segregation. Law of segregation blending नहीं होते. This law is based on the fact that the alleles do not show any blending and that both the characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation. Through one, this is not seen at the F1 generation. Through the parents contained during gamete formation, the factors or allele of a pair or alleles of a pair segregates from each other such that a gamete receives only one of two factors. Of course, a homozygous parents produce all gametes that are similar, while a heterozygous one produces two kinds of gametes each having one allele that emits proportion. Incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance when experiments on peas were repeated using other trait in the other plant, it was found that something the F1 had a phenotype that did not resemble either of the two parents and was in between the two. The inheritance of flower color in the dog flower snapdragon flower उसे कहते हैं डॉग फ्लावर कहते हैं इसको तो डॉग फ्लावर स्नैपड्रैगन और एंटी अरहीनियस disease is a good example to understand incomplete dominance. In a cross between true breeding red flower and true breeding white flower. The F1 capital or small r was pink. पिंक आ गया कैपिटल आर और स्मॉल आर रेड और वाइट का करेंगे तो पिंक आ गया when the F1 was self-pollinated then the F2 result in the flowering ratio 1 capital R red 2 capital small red pink 1 to 3 to 1 white here the genotype ratio were exactly as would be the expected in any Mendelian monohybrid cross but the phenotype ratio had changed from 3 to 1 dominant recessive ratio. What happened was result R was not completely dominant over R and this made it possible to distinguish capital R small r as pink from capital R red and small r white. Explanation of the concept dominance. What exactly is dominance? Why are some alleles dominant and some recessive? To tackle these questions, we must understand what a gene does. Every gene, as you know by now, contain the information to express a particular trait in a diploid organism. There are two copies of each gene, that is, as a pair of allele. Now, these two alleles need not always be identical, as in a heterozygous. One of them may be different due to some change trait it has undergone, about which you will read further on, and in the next chapter you will which modifies the information that particular allele contains. Let us take an example of a gene that contains the information for producing an enzyme. Now there are two copies of this gene, the two allele forms. Let us assume, as is more common, that the normal allele produce the normal enzyme that is needed for the transformation of a substrate S. Theoretically, the normal less efficient the normal The normal less efficient enzymes are non-functional enzyme or no enzyme at all. In the first case, the modifies it will produce the same phenotype trait result in the transformations of substrate as such equivalent allele pair are very common. But if the allele produces a non-functional enzyme or no enzyme, the phenotype may be affected. The trait will now be dependent on the functioning of the unmodified allele. The modified functioning allele which represents the original phenotype is the dominant allele, and the modified allele is generally the recessive allele. Hence, in the example above, the recessive trait is seen due to non-functional enzyme or because no enzyme is produced. Principle of inheritance of variation. Inheritance and variation. Principle inheritance and variation. Inheritance is the process by which character passed from parents to offspring resulting in sexual reproduction. Inheritance is the basis of heredity. Inheritance is the basis of heredity. When character passed from parents to progenies, it can only expressed in progenies. It will only express in the progenies. Variation. Degree of differences between parents of progenies may be horizontal and vertical. Human even 1800 to 1000 before were knew that cause of variation variation is hidden in sexual reproduction. They choose parents with superior character and based them to get better variety and breed of plant and animals. Most popular Sahiwal cow in Punjab. Artificial selection and domestication of wild variety. Genetics is the study of heredity and variations. Gene, DNA, chromatin, and chromosome, unit of inheritance, functional segments of DNA. Gene care, functional segments of DNA. Synthesis of protein is the final expression of gene. Location DNA condensed chromatin condensed nucleotic substance and DNA बन जाएगा. All genes are DNA but all DNA are not gene. All genes are DNA but all DNA are not genes. Sum total of all genes are called genetic material. Chromatin visible of milestone. Character and trait. Characters well defined and distinguished feature. Well defined and distinguished feature. Well defined and distinguished feature. Trait express synthesis and protein. Mendel selected 7 character and 14 traits. Mendel selected 7 character and 14 traits. Large sample data, experimental data. Material poison, Satagon baseline. Dominant molecular gene and allele alternative form of gene which occupies some loci called allele belonging to each other. Allelomorph, a slightly changing gene which controls a specific trait code. Character plus gene 1 plus diploid genome 2 gene heterozygous same locus parallel. Organism having identical allele in genes pair form a character is called homozygous. Organism having contrasting allele called heterozygous. Phenotype and genotype. Physical appearance, morphological appearance of an organism is received from their parents. Change with change in environment, different stages of life. Example, tall, dark, yellow. Change with change in environment, different stages of life. Genetical constituent of an organism is called genotype. Genotype remains constant at different stages of life. Monoallele 1 locus 2 gene 1 locus over 2 gene 2 alleles. Dihybrid 2 locus 4 gene 2 locus over 4 gene 4 alleles. Dihybrid trilocus 6 gene 6 alleles. Like Magar's live elephant. Work of Mendel published 1865 book Hybridization Experiment of Pea Plant. Work of Mendel's mid-19th century. Selection of parents, cross for result observation. Something being stably passed in unchanged another gamete from parents to offspring. Cross of progeny will envy all the parents. Cross of progeny का cross कराए any that cross या तो progeny का parents चाहिए. The progeny of offspring cross with the any of the parents. The cross of progeny recessive parents. Progeny का किसी recessive का करा तो किसी test cross करेंगे. Performance during uniting monoamine cross and change the correct option. Mendel observed that the contrasting trait did not show any blending at advanced stage, but it showed in the prestige form. In a cross between Trevini tall and dwarf plant, Mendel observed that all the active progeny plants were tall. Active progeny were tall, like one of its parents, none were tall. In a cross between True breeding, tall and dwarf plant, true wall and dwarf plant. But in F2 progeny, effect genes contain the information that is required to express a particular trait. First or fourth option. The estimate choose the correct option. Milton found that the F2 always resemble either one of the parents and the other trait of the other parents was not seen in them. Mendel crossed tall and dwarf pea plant to the study of inheritance of two genes. He collected the seed produced as a result of this cross and grew them to generate plants of the first hybrid generation. Generation is also called the filial one progeny. If we use alphabetical symbol for each gene, when the capital letter is used for the trait expressed as the F2 stage, the small alphabet for the other trait. When we do not use capital D for a tall and small d for a dog because it is difficult to resemble. Marla incorrect option for monohybrid crossing plant snapdragon. F1 does not resemble either to the parent. The test 5% produce red colored flower. Correct. F1 does not resemble either of the parents. In the genotype, the ratios are different. In Meranellus jalpa, one red flower plant crossed with white flower. F1 progeny was pink. When a violet flower of unknown genotype is crossed with white flower beneath the violet and white in equal proportion to this red of the following statement. An unknown flower is heterozygous. In test cross, violet or white flower is crossed with the recessive parent instead of self-crossing. In incomplete dominance, the ratio which does not deviates from the Mendelian monohybrid cross is. In incomplete dominance, the ratio which does not deviates from the Mendelian monohybrid cross is. Select the correct statement. Each back cross is test cross. Each test cross is back cross. Cross F1 to and F1 is called test cross. Crossing F2 with other parents is called test cross. Second. Group of cells which are similar in original structure and function constitute tissue. Group of cells which are similar. Group of cells which are similar in original structure and function constitute tissue. Term tissue animal was given by X. Term tissue in animal was given by X. Term tissue in plant was given by N. Term tissue in a plant was given by N. Study of the tissue is called histology. Term histology was given by Mayer. In animal, mainly four types of tissue is present. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and epithelial. In animal, mainly four types of tissue is present. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, conjunctive tissue. Epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue, ectodermal, mesodermal, endodermal membrane. There is no blood supply to epithelial tissue. There is no blood supply. They obtain nutrition from the underlying connective tissue. There is no blood supply to epithelial tissue. They obtain nutrition from the underlying connective tissue. There is no blood supply to epithelial tissue. They obtain nutrition from the underlying connective tissue. Intracellular material is less, so cells are completely arranged. The intracellular material is less, so cells are completely arranged. Epithelial tissue is supported over the basement membrane, which is a non-cellular layer secreted by epithelial tissue as well as the connective tissue. Epithelial tissue is supported over the basement membrane, which is the non-cellular layer secreted by epithelial tissue as well as the connective tissue. Basement membrane is differentiated into two parts. Upper basal lamella, thin, made up of glycoprotein and mucopolysaccharide. Upper basal lamella, thin, made up of glycoprotein and mucopolysaccharide, secreted by epithelial tissue. Lower reticular fiber lamella, thin, made up of glycoprotein. Upper basal lamella, made up of glycoprotein. Upper basal lamella, thin, made up of glycoprotein and mucopolysaccharide, secreted by epithelial tissue. Lower reticular lamella, thick, made up of collagen fiber and reticular fiber, secreted by connective tissue. Surface of the epithelial tissue is fluid. Outer is mainly fluid and connected. One surface of the epithelial tissue is fluid. Outer is mainly fluid but present over the body surface. The tissue present. Epithelial tissue present over the body surface are called lining of the body. It is called primary epithelium. Epithelial tissue modified for secretion is called glandular epithelium. Epithelial tissue modified for secretion is called glandular epithelium. Epithelial tissue modified for secretion is called glandular epithelium. Cell junction. Cell of epithelial tissue. Cells of epithelial tissues are developed with the help of a special intracellular material called junction. Cell junction. Cell of epithelial tissue. Cells of epithelial tissue are developed with the help of a special intracellular material called cell junction. Cell function. Cell junction are of three types. Cell junction are of three types. Tight junction, plasma membrane of two adjacent cells fused to each other. Plasma membrane of two adjacent cells. Plasma membrane of two adjacent cells fuses to each other, forming tight junction. It prevents the substance from leakage. Adhering junction. Adhering junction. It performs cementing function to keep the neighboring cell together. Adhering junction. It performs cementing function. Adhering junction. Adhering junction. It performs cementing function. It performs cementing function to keep the neighboring cell together. Gap junction. Cytoplasm of two adjacent connected to each other. Gap junction. Cytoplasm of two adjacent cells connected to each other form rapid transfer of substance like ions, small molecules, and sometimes big molecules. Types of epithelial tissue. Two types: simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium, single layer. The simple epithelium, single layer. There are four types: squamous epithelium, prominent epithelium, tessellated epithelium. Cells are like floor tiles. Cells are flat, having rounded nucleus and irregular boundary. Prominent epithelium, tessellated epithelium. Cells are like floor tiles. Cells are flat, having rounded nucleus and irregular boundary. Example: lungs of alveoli, endothelium of blood, Bowman's capsule, inner lining of the blood vessel, and lungs of alveoli, inner lining of blood vessels, cylindric epithelium, Bowman's capsule. Function: diffusion, filtration, excretion. Cuboidal epithelium. Cells are tube-like, having rounded nucleus. Cells are tube-like, having rounded nucleus. Opened tube reaches chemically tubular part of nephron, thyroid follicle, tubular part of nephron, thyroid follicle, germinal epithelium, ducts of Glenn. Function: absorption and secretion. Column, stomach and intestine. Cells are column-like, pillar-like, taller. Nucleus is elongated and generally bigger than the base. Secretion, absorption. Ciliated epithelium. Cilia are present on the free surface of tissue. Two types. Ciliated cells are tube-like, having rounded nucleus, and cilia present on the free surface of cells. Visible part of nephron. Glomeruli cells are tube-like, having rounded nucleus. Tube-like, having rounded nucleus, and cilia present on the free surface of cells. Specific part of non-ciliated column-like cells are column-like, having nucleus. Cells are column-like, having nucleus near the base, cilia on the free surface. Bronchiole, ependymal cell, bronchioles and fallopian tube. Columnar epithelium. Bronchiole, fallopian tube, ependymal cells. Compound epithelium, multi-layer, thick, limited role in absorption, secretion, protection against chemical and mechanical stress. Simple difference इसके दोनों compound translated epithelium, transinucleated epithelium, transitional epithelium, also for urothelium. Basement membrane is absent. Urinary bladder, upper part of urethra, lower part of urethra, lower part of urethra. Also called urothelium. Basement membrane is absent. Urinary bladder, upper part of urethra, lower part of urethra. Stratified epithelium, basement membrane is present. straticardiculum, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, sena, urethra, duct of pancreas, nervous, stratidiuvi, big skin, stratidiuvi, big skin, glandular epithelium. हो गया ना. अब glandular epithelium, ectodermal, mesenchymal as well as endodermal membrane made up of cuboidal epithelium or columnar epithelial cells are modified for secretion. Types of glands on the basis of number of cells. Two types: unicellular, made of single cell mobile cells, or elementary glands. Multicellular glands made up of cluster of cells. Made up of cluster of cells. List glands of body except mobile cell on the basis of duct. To the exocrine gland, endocrine gland. On the basis of ducts. To the exocrine glands, endocrine glands. Exocrine glands. These glands having their own duct to carry the secretion, also called ducted gland. Example: sweat gland, sebaceous gland, or intestinal glands, mammary glands, endocrine glands. Endocrine glands. These glands do not have these glands These glands do not have their own duct to carry the secretion. This secretion is carried by the blood lymph fluid bathing the glands, also called ductless gland. Thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pituitary, pineal. Connective tissue, mesodermal ileum. Connective tissue, mesodermal ileum, mesodermal connective tissue is the mesodermal ileum most abundant and widely distributed, help in the lightly of the other tissue, hence called connective tissue. Also help in the supportation of other tissue. Ground substance of the connective tissue called matrix. Ground substance of the connective tissue. Ground substance of the connective tissue. Ground substance of the connective. Also, the mesodermal most abundant and widely distributed, help in the linking of other tissue. Hence called connective tissue. Also help in the supportation of other tissue. Ground substance of the connective tissue is called matrix. Matrix is made of modified polysaccharide. In matrix, cells and fibers are present. Cells are secreted matrix as well as fibers. Loose connected, dense connected, special. Loose connected, dense connected, special connected. Loose connected tissue, dense and loose connected tissue, dense connected tissue, special connected. Loose connected tissue में दो होते हैं, एडिली और एडिपोज. Loose connective tissue में दो होते हैं, एडिली और एडिपोज. Cells and fibers are loosely arranged in the matrix. Cells and fibers are loosely arranged in the matrix. Two types: एडिली और connective tissue. Connective tissue present below the skin, form supportive framework for epithelium. Form supportive framework for epithelium. Connect skin integument to muscles. Connect skin integument to muscles. Connect skin integument to muscles. Plasma cells, mast cell, mastocyte cells, collagen fiber, plasma cells, cartilage, elastin fibers, macrophages, mastocyte cells, collagen fiber, and fibroblasts. Following types of cells and fibers are present in the matrix of earlier connective tissue. Mast cell, amoeboid in shape. Mast cell amoeboid in shape. Secrete histamine, serotonin, heparin. Serotonin, heparin, vasodilator, vasoconstrictor, and anticoagulant. Plasma cells, cartwheel shape, secrete antibody. Plasma cells, cartwheel shape. Secrete antibody. Macrophage, amoeboid shape, helping phagocyte. Amoeboid shape, helping phagocytosis. Fibroblast cell, largest cell. Maximum in number. Secrete fibrin. Collagen fiber, made up of collagen protein and branch. Non-elastin provide strength. Elastin fiber made up of elastin protein branched and elastic provide flexibility. Made up the elastin protein branched elastic provide flexibility. Hello. Hi. elastin fiber made up of elastin protein. Large elastin provide flexibility. Neat adipose tissue present below skin, present around eyeball, present around kidney, It helps in storage of preserved food in the form of fat. It helps in storage of preserved food in the form of fat. Process of nutrition which is not required immediately convert into the fat. Nutritious fat. Photostorage area plasma membrane. Dense connective tissue. This is the dense connective tissue. Cells and fibers compactly arranged in matrix. Third attempt. Cells and fibers are compactly arranged in matrix to test dense irregular connective tissue. Dense irregular connective cells and fibers are irregular arranged in the matrix. Cells and fibers are irregularly arranged. Example: patterns of dense irregular present below skin. Dense irregular connective tissue. Dense irregular connective present below skin. Perichondrial periostrum. Cells and fibers are irregular arranged in the matrix. Cells and fibers are irregular arranged in the matrix. Dense irregular connective tissue. Dense irregular cells and fibers are irregular arranged in the matrix. लेक्चर्स और ऑफलाइन कोचिंग वैसे करती हूँ. Spatial connective tissue 3 types: cartilage, bone, blood. Spatial connective tissue में आ गया cartilage, bone and blood. Spatial connective tissue में आ गया spatial connective tissue, cartilage, bone, blood. Cartilage, bone, spatial connective tissue, cartilage, bone, blood. Cartilage. Study of the cartilage is called chondrology. Study of the कितने टाइम कंफर्म नहीं है वैसे. 6-7 से बैठ जाओ, 11-12, 1-2 जब तक नींद ना आए. Cartilage. Study of the cartilage is called chondrology. Process of formation of cartilage is called chondrification. Cartilage is covered by perichondral membrane. Cavity is absent in the cartilage. Cartilage obtain nutrition from the surrounding tissue. Intracellular material matrix of cartilage. Intracellular material matrix of cartilage is solid. Intercellular cartilage. Cartilage. Study of the cartilage is called chondrology. Process of formation of cartilage is called chondrification. Process of formation of cartilage is called chondrification. Cartilage is covered by perichondral membrane. Cavity is absent in the cartilage. Cartilage obtain nutrition from the surrounding tissue. Intercellular material matrix of cartilage is solid. Intercellular material of cartilage. Intercellular material of cartilage is solid. Pliable resist compression. There is no blood supply to cartilage. They take nutrition from surrounding medium. There is no blood supply to cartilage. They take nutrition from the surrounding medium. Chondrocyte cells are called cartilage cells. They secrete matrix. Chondrocyte cells enclosed in small cavity. Most of cartilage present in the vertebrate. Most of cartilage. There is no blood supply to cartilage. They take energy from aluminum. Chondrocyte cells are called cartilage cells. They secrete matrix. Chondrocyte cells enclosed in small cavity. Most of cartilage present in the vertebrate. Embryo is replaced by bone in the adult. In cartilage, two types of growth is present. Interstitial growth it is due to the secretion of matrix in the center. Apposition growth it is due to the secretion of matrix near the surface. Types of cartilage, four types. Hyaline cartilage, matrix, transparent, clear, non-fibrous. Hyaline cartilage, matrix, hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage, matrix, transparent, clear, non-fibrous, glass-like, homogeneous. Maximum in human body. Example: intranasal septum, intranasal C-shaped cartilage of trachea and bronchi. Intranasal septum, hyaline cartilage, intranasal septum, C-shaped cartilage of trachea, and bronchi. Cartilage of sternum and cartilage present at the end of long bone. Laryngeal cartilage, thyroid article, laryngeal cartilage, lines over thyroid artery, elastic or matrix, yellow elastic fiber cord, flexibility, nose stick, ear, pinna, restriction tube, epiglottis, vermiculate, and uniform cartilage of larynx. Fibrocartilage, white collagen fiber provide strength, stronger cartilage. इंटरवर्टिब्रल डिस्क है, प्रीवियस में फाइब्रोकार्टिलेज. इंटरवर्टिब्रल डिस्क में फाइब्रोकार इंटरवर्टिब्रल प्रीवियस में हाइलिन कार्टिलेज है. इंटरनेजल सेप्टम सी शेप ऑफ द C-shaped cartilage of trachea and bronchi. C-shaped cartilage trachea and bronchi. Cartilage of sternum and disc cartilage, sternum of ribs. Cartilage of sternum and disc cartilage, sternum and disc cartilage present at the end of long bone. Cartilage present at the end of long bone. Cartilage present at the end of long bone. Laryngeal cartilage, thyroid. Hyaline cartilage का intranasal septum, C-shaped cartilage of trachea and bronchi. C-shaped cartilage of trachea and bronchi. Cartilage of sternum and ribs. Cartilage present at the end of long bone. Laryngeal cartilage, thyroid, arytenoid. Elastic cartilage, matrix, elastic cartilage में ear pinna, eustachian tube, ear pinna हो गया, nose tip हो गया, eustachian tube. फिर epiglottis, vermiculate and cuneiform cartilage of larynx. Fibrocartilage आ गया, intervertebral disc and prediction. Calcified cartilage is the head of humerus and femur. Bone. Study of the bone is called osteology. Process of formation of bone is called ossification. Bone is covered by membrane called periosteum. A cavity is present in the long bone called marrow cavity. Lining of marrow cavity is formed by the endosteum membrane. Lining of the marrow cavity is obtained by the endosteum membrane. Matrix of the bone is hard, non-pliable. Matrix of bone is hard. Matrix is solid, non-pliable, solid, pliable and resist compression. इसका क्या था? Matrix of the bone is hard, non-pliable and rich in calcium salt and collagen fiber which provide strength. Calcium salt, calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. Matrix of bone is present in the form of concentric ring called lamellae. Matrix of bone is present in the form of concentric ring called lamellae. Osteocyte cells are called bone cells which secrete matrix. Osteocyte cells are called bone cells which secrete matrix. Osteocyte cells are branch cells and surrounded by clear space called lacuna. Osteocyte cells are branch cells. Osteocyte cells are branch cells and surrounded by clear space called lacuna. Osteocyte cells are arranged in the form of ring-like structures. Rings of matrix alternate with the ring of oocyte cells. Ring of matrix alternate with the ring of oocyte cells. Apposition growth is the characteristic features of bone. Apposition growth is the characteristic features of bone. Structural frame of body, bone, types of bone. Types of bone: 4 types. Cartilaginous bone, replaceable cartilaginous bone, maximum in a cartilaginous bone, maximum in number. These bones are formed by displacement of cartilage by the bone. Firstly, cartilage is destroyed by chondroblast cells, then bone is formed by the activity of osteoblast and osteocyte cells. These bones are maximum in human body. Ribs, vertebral column, column, ear, oscal, limb bone, except pisiform of wrist and neck. Dermal bone, investing bone. These bones are formed by the ossification of simple connective tissue. These bones are formed by the ossification of simple connective tissue. Sternum, clavicle, scapula of pectoral, groddal, pubic of pelvic, groddal, jawbone, frontal, parietal, temporal, nasal, vomer, lacrimal bone. Sesamoid bone. These bones are formed by the ossification of tendon. These bones are formed. Sesamoid bone. These bones are formed. These bones are formed by the ossification of tendon. These bones are formed by the ossification of tendon. Example: pisiform bone of wrist, kneecap, patella of leg. Visceral bone. These bones are formed by the ossification of visceral organ. Visceral bone. These bones are formed by the ossification of visceral organ. Rare bone present in the few animals, mainly 2 types. Oscardus oscardus present in the intervertebral septum of the heart. Present in the interventricular septum of the heart. Goat, sheep, deer, etc. Oscardus present in the penis, baculum bone, rat, bat, shrews and dog, etc. In bone kept into diluted HCl for sometimes, then it becomes soft and flexible. Taxonomic present superclass Tetrapoda, phylum Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Rhodophyta, subphylum Rhodophyta, superclass Tetrapoda, class Amphibia, genus Amphibia, superclass Tetrada, phylum, subphylum Rhodophyta, subphylum Rhodophyta. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Rhodophyta, superclass Tetrada, subphylum Rhodophyta, subphylum Rhodophyta, superclass Tetrapoda, class Amphibia, genus Rana, species Tigrina. Most common Indian species Rana tigrina. Frog is present on land as well as in the freshwater. Body temperature not constant. Body temperature not constant. Body temperature not constant. Changes according to environment. Cyclothermism, body temperature not constant, body temperature not constant, changes according to environment. Cyclothermic, gallbladder thermic. Estivation, summer sleep. Estivation, summer sleep. Estivation, summer sleep. Hibernation, winter sleep. Hibernation, winter sleep. Estivation, summer sleep. Estivation, summer sleep. Estivation, summer sleep. Hibernation, winter sleep. Frog changes body color to hide from enemies. It is called camouflage. And frog changes body color to hide from enemies. It is called camouflage. And this type of coloration is called mimicry. External morphology. External morphology. Body, skin. External morphology, body, skin color of frog. Dorsal side olive green with irregular dark, olive green with irregular dark patches. Dorsal olive green with irregular dark patches. Ventral pale. Body of frog. Head and tail. Body of frog is like a head and trunk. Following type of structures are present over the head. Following types of structures are present over the head. Mouth, nostril, eyes, tympanium. Mouth, nostrils, eyes and tympanium. Mouth, nostril, eyes and tympanium. Mouth is present at the tip of interior end of the head. Mouth is present at tip of interior end of the head. Nostril, one pair opening of respiratory system present over the mouth. One pair nostril. Mouth is present at the tip of interior end of head. Nostril, one pair opening of respiratory system. One pair opening of respiratory system present over the mouth. Eyes, one pair simple eye. One pair simple eye present at the dorsal lateral side of the head. Present at the eyes, one pair simple eye present at the dorsal lateral side of head. Blessed or protruded eye are present inside eye socket, eye orbit. Eyelids and nictitating membrane help in protection of eye. Eyelids and nictitating membrane help in protection of eye. Nictitating membrane help in protection of eye when frog is present in water. Tympanum, external ear is absent. Tympanum, eardrum present over the body surface. Behind external ear is absent. Tympanum, eardrum present over the body surface. Behind eyes के पीछे होती हैं कान. Tympanum, eardrum present over the body surface. Present over the body surface. Behind eyes. In middle ear, only one ear ossicle. In middle ear, only one ear ossicle is present. Called columella oris. Ear help in balancing and hearing. Hello. हाँ internal ear is well organized in trunk. Two pair limbs arise from 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 trunk. Two pair limbs, one pair forelimb, shorter forelimb, one pair forelimb. ले ली है. triceps are what which help in swimming. Function of limbs: walking, walking, swimming, and burrowing. Skin moist glandular without skin, moist glandular without skin, moist glandular without skin. Skin is smooth and slippery. Skin is a moist glandular without skin, moist glandular without skin. Smooth and slippery. Frog never drink water. Frog never drink water. It absorb water with the help of skin. Next, unisexual diagnosis. Unisexual dimorphism. Unisexual diasexual dimorphism. Vocal sacs are present in male. Vocal sacs are present in male, which help in production of sound. In male frog, copulatory pad, luteal pad, luteal in present in male frog. In male frog, copulatory pad, luteal in present at the base of first digit of forelimb, which help in copulation. Anatomy of frog. Anatomy of circulatory system. Circulatory system closed. Circulatory system is closed. Circulatory system is closed. Circulatory system is closed. Circulatory system is closed. Type heart is 3 chambered. Circulatory system is closed. Type heart is 3 chambered. Upper 2 chamber called atria. Upper 2 chamber called atria and lower single ventricle. Right atria larger than left atria. Large atria. Right atria. Right atria larger than left atria. Right atria larger than left atria. Ventricle is the largest chamber. Left atria is the smallest chamber. A triangular shaped structure is present at the is present at the dorsal side of the heart called sinus venosus. A triangular shaped structure is present at the dorsal side of the heart called sinus venosus. Sinus venosus help in the collection of deoxygen. Sinus venosus help in the collection of deoxygenated blood from the body. With the help of 2 pre-cable and 1 post-cable. Sinus venosus help in the triangular shaped structure is present at the dorsal side of the heart called sinus venosus. Sinus venosus help in the collection of deoxygenated blood. Sinus venosus collection of deoxygenated post-cable. Sinus venosus open into the right atria. With the help of sinoauricular aperture. A tube-like structure rises from the right side. A tube-like structure rises from right atria of the ventricle called cornus truncus arteriosus. Which help in supply blood to body. Cornus arteriosus is present at the ventral side of the heart. Atria open into the ventricle with the help of atrioventricular valve. Heart rate of the heartbeat is 64 per minute. 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 Rate of heartbeat is 64 per minute. Blood, fluid connective tissue. Blood या fluid connective tissue. Blood, fluid connective tissue. Blood, fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue. Blood, fluid connective tissue. Plasma, stroke, blood, viscous fluid. Plasma, stroke, viscous fluid. Fluid connective tissue. Plasma का stroke, viscous fluid. Formed element blood vapor. RBCs, red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets, and both sides. RBCs nucleated. Biconvex. RBC nucleated biconvex respiratory pigment hemoglobin. Lymph, blood minus RBCs, platelets, and fluid protein. Blood equals to lymph equals to blood minus RBC, platelets, and fluid proteins. Functions of blood: transport of respiratory gas, transport of hormones, nutrition, waste product, hydrogen, water. Hepatic portal system. Unique hepatic portals are unique vascular connection present between intestine and liver. Hepatic portals are unique vascular connection present between intestine and liver. Renal portal system is special vascular connection present behind part of the body and kidney, hind part of the body and kidney, hind part of the body and kidney. Tadpole larva, two chamber in heart, two chamber in heart, single. Tadpole larva में two chamber heart और single circulation. Adult frog में three chamber in heart, incomplete double circulation, incomplete double circulation. Digestive system of frog. Feeding habit is carnivorous. Feeding habit is carnivorous. Feeding habit. Digestive system of frog. Digestive system of frog. Feeding habit is carnivorous. Feeding habit is carnivorous. Digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. Digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands, liver and pancreas. Alimentary canal is stronger in length. Alimentary canal is shorter in length. Alimentary canal is shorter in length. Alimentary canal is shorter. Alimentary canal is shorter in length. Alimentary canal is shorter in length. Alimentary canal is shorter in length because length of the intestine is less. Salivary glands are absent. Salivary glands are absent. Salivary glands absent. Salivary glands are absent. Salivary glands are absent. Salivary glands are absent. Passage of food in alimentary canal. Mouth, buccal, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, ileum, rectum. Duodenum, ileum, जिसमें हम duodenum, ileum. Cloaca, cloacal aperture. Mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, palate, stomach, duodenum, ileum. Tongue of the frog is bilobed. Tongue of the frog is bilobed, which help in the capturing of frog feeding. Digestion of food take place in the stomach. Digestion of the food take place in the stomach. Digestion of food take place in the stomach. In the wall of stomach, gastric gland is present, which secrete HCl and gastric juices. Digestion of food take place in the stomach. Digestion of the food take place in the stomach. In the wall of stomach, gastric glands is present, which secrete HCl and gastric juice. After the action of gastric juice and HCl over the food, after the action of gastric juices and HCl over the food, chyme is formed in the stomach. Chyme is partially digested food formed in the stomach after the action of gastric juice over the food. Chyme passing into the duodenum. Chyme passing into the duodenum. Duodenum receive bile juice from gallbladder and pancreatic juice from pancreas. Bile juice found in the liver. Bile juice formed. Chyme passing into the duodenum. Duodenum receive bile juice from gallbladder and pancreatic juice from pancreas. Bile juice formed in the liver. Bile juice formed in the liver. Bile juice formed in the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Bile juice formed in the liver, stored in the gallbladder and secreted into duodenum. Bile juice help in emulsification of fat. Reducing the surface tension of the fat is called emulsification. Pancreatic enzyme help in the digestion of carbohydrate and protein. Digested food absorbed in the ileum with the help of villi and microvilli. Solid undigested food passes into the rectum, then into the cloaca. From cloaca, solid undigested food passes out of body with the help of cloacal aperture. Feeding habit of tadpole larvae is herbivores. Feeding habit of tadpole larvae is herbivores. Alimentary canal is longer because length of the intestine is more. Excretory system is well-developed. Excretory system help in the removal of nitrogenous excretory product from the body. Excretory system consists of following type of structures: kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, cloaca and cloacal chamber से कहते हैं. Kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, cloacal. Kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, cloaca. One pair dark red color. One pair kidney कैसे dark red color forming. One pair dark red colored bean shaped compact kidneys are present at the posterior part of the body. Compact kidneys are present at the posterior part of body at the both sides of vertebral column. Fat body are present at the anterior part of kidneys. Adrenal gland are present at the ventral side of kidney. Structure and functional unit of kidneys are nephron. from each kidney, a duct arises called ureter which carry urine. In male frog, ureter also carries sperm. In male frog, ureter enters urogenital duct. Ureter open into bag-like structure called cloaca. Ureter open into bag-like structure called cloaca. Urinary bladder also open into the cloaca. Urinary bladder also open into the cloaca. Bladder help in the wall. Urinary bladder is thin. Urinary bladder is thin-walled, present at the ventral side of rectum. Bilobed help in the storage of urine. Cloaca open over the surface with the help of cloacal aperture. Excretory product and adult urea urotelic tadpole में monotelic. Respiratory system respiration tadpole larva bivalves adult skin lung buccal cavity सबसे करता है. Adult frog inside water by skin cutaneous respiration. On the land moist lung pulmonary respiration buccal cavity. Aestivation summer sleep cutaneous respiration herbivores lungs respiratory system lungs. One pair respiratory system. Respiratory system one pair elongated shape sac like pink color. One pair elongated lungs है. One pair elongated shape sac like pink color. Present at the upper part of the body. Cavity. Passage of air, external environment, nostril, buccal cavity. Nervous system. Central nervous system, brain, spinal. PNS में peripheral nervous, cranial nerve, spinal, anus, sympathetic nervous and parasympathetic nervous. Since brain is present inside bony structure called cranium या brain box. Brain, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain, one pair olfactory lobe, one pair cerebral hemisphere. One pair olfactory lobe, one pair cerebral hemisphere, one diencephalon. One pair olfactory lobe, one pair cerebral hemisphere, one diencephalon. Midbrain, one pair optic lobe, corpora bifida. One pair optic lobe, corpora bifida. Hindbrain, cerebral medulla oblongata. Hindbrain, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Corolla absent. Medulla oblongata comes out from cranium. Medulla oblongata comes out from cranium with the help of foramen magnum and connected with the spinal cord. Spinal cord is present inside vertebral column. Cranium nerve 10 pair. Spinal nerve 10 pair. Vertebrae 10. Sense organ eyes. Present inside bony socket called eye orbit. Present inside bony socket called eye orbit. Vision. Olfactory epithelium nasal epithelium present inside nasal cavity smell में. Tympanum या internal ear help in hearing. Taste bud papilla present over the tongue. Taste sensory papilla. Endocrine system consists of endocrine gland. Endocrine glands do not have their own duct to carry the secretion. Endocrine glands do not have their own duct to carry the secretion, so these are also called ductless glands. Endocrine glands secrete chemicals called hormones carried from one place to other with the help of a blood or fluid bathing the glands. Following endocrine glands: pineal, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus. Male reproductive system is well developed. Male reproductive system consists of following structures: testes, vasa, parenchyma, bladder, canal, urogenital duct, and cloaca. One pair oval shaped yellowish in color. Yellowish in color, present at the anterior end of kidney. Testis attaches to the kidney with the help of a mesoosseous membrane. Testis attaches to the kidney with the help of mesoosseous membrane, which is double fold of peritoneum. from each testis 10 to 12 very fine duct arises called vasa efferentia which enters into the kidney. Inside kidney vasa efferentia open into the Bidder's canal. Bidder's canal is in the kidney of male frog and it carries sperm. Bidder's canal open into urogenital duct. Bidder's canal open into the urogenital duct. Urogenital duct comes out from the kidney and open into a bag-like structure. Urogenital duct open comes out of the kidney and open into the bag-like structure called the cloaca. Cloaca is common passage for fecal matter, urine, gametes. Cloacal purchase. Female reproductive system is well developed. Female reproductive system consists of following structure: ovaries, one pair, oviduct, one pair, cloaca, single. One pair irregular shaped yellowish color ovaries are present near the kidneys. There is no functional connection between ovaries and kidney. One pair oviduct are present on the lateral side of the body. Oviduct begin in the form of funnel-like structure called oviductal funnel. Oviduct ended in the form of sac-like structure called ovisac. Ovisac open into the bag-like structure called cloaca, which open over the body surface of the having the cloacal aperture. When when female frog releases uh, 16,000 female gamete at one time. Cloaca is the common passage for the fecal matter, urine, gametes. Copulatory fertilization development. Copulatory organ absent. Copulatory organs absent. The copulatory organs absent. False mating take place in the fall amphiloxus. False mating takes place in the frog called amphiloxus. At the time of copulation, male frog releases a sperm and female frog releases secondary oocyte into the water. Fertilization is external and takes place in the water. Development is indirect. Tadpole larva is formed in life cycle. By the process of metamorphosis, tadpole larva develop into the adult. Thyroxine hormone is during metamorphosis, these changes take place in the nervous system. During the process of metamorphosis, maximum change takes place in the respiratory system. The frog is beneficial to man because it feeds over the insect and protect the crop. Muscular leg of the frog is eaten by human being in certain countries. Frog is important component of food chain in the ecosystem. Cockroach. Introduction. Nocturnal insect cursorial nature fast snack feeding habit omnivorous natural scavenger pest in human houses vector of several diseases lives in damp places body size 1/4 1/4 bye bye.